President, sure to have a lasting impact in our local communities. Joining us now is Professor Kristopher Burrell. He teaches history at Hostos Community College. Professor, so great to have you here with us today.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Well, so we were talking beforehand, you and I, about how this has been a long time coming and is the result of activism, right?
Absolutely. It's really important to recognize that, this didn't happen overnight or even just as a result of the protests over the last year, but there's a long history of grassroots activism around trying to make Juneteenth a federal holiday, going back to at least the Poor People's Campaign of 1968. Texas State Representative Al Edwards began working to make Juneteenth a federal holiday back in 1980. There's been the establishment of national organizations dedicated to trying to make Juneteenth a federal holiday. And of course, there's Miss Opal Lee, right, the 93-year-old Black Texas resident who started a national petition. So this has been a long time in coming for sure.
And we were also talking about how the work is not done. So what is next?
Absolutely. This is a very important and historic and symbolic gesture, but the symbolism will not be enough by itself to change the material conditions of Black people and poor people in the United States, right? The real importance of Juneteenth comes from its origins of Black Americans commemorating the freedom that they and their forebears fought and died for in the midst of a hostile society that denied them what was rightfully theirs, even when legally bound to do so. And so the creation of the holiday has to become a time for greater education about Black history, as well as contemporary civic activity. But the creation of this holiday also must be seen within the context of the current bad faith debates about how American history will be taught and remembered going forward. In order to have an accurate and nuanced discussion of U.S. history, there must consider the significance of racial discrimination and the ways in which racial disparities are still manifest in current laws and policies.
Yeah, like we said, a lot more to do. Professor, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today.
Thank you for having me.